Yo, what's up, guys? It's the Bonjo Boys. This is Carson, and I'm here with,
Jacob,
and we're here with another game of BT7. On the right, I'm here playing Blue Hybrid.
and I'm commentating for Eric, who's a friend of ours, playing Purple Yellow Cherubimon on the left.
Yeah, this is gonna be a very interesting matchup. It kind of seems a little bit hard for Purple Yellow Cherubimon. Reason being that most Blue Hybrid players, if they know what's going on their board, the whole shtick of Purple Yellow Cherubimon is just building up your trash to have a lot of rookies just so you can pop your Cherubimon and just swing for OTK usually by that time, because you're poking so much damage with all your Loemons and also your Rehemons and replaying your Tamers. So most blue players are, if you are playing very aggressive against their board and also just building up Tamers like Tommy's just to freeze it so they don't kill it, they crashing into your security is pretty massive for it in most of these situations. So
And most Cherubi players are huffing enough copium that they do understand that.
yeah, so
Seeing a very basic startup, getting up your Tamers as soon as possible. The analog boy putting a Schwartz laser into trash, and then first check being a Matt Ishida to get it back. So pure value, unpunished. Seeing the Stravimon search for a Tommy and Beowulf though, so hurts to see.
yeah, since we already knew that Matt was going to put him to 3, I just hard played a searcher since there's not that much removal for him to spot remove unless he wanted to use a Lashwart and put me to 3, which most likely he would want to do. Easily putting 2 rookies into his trash, going through and searching a whole bunch with Boko.
And of course, wanting to get those rookies in security as fast as possible to get that big pinata effect. Seeing 3 of our Tamers off of this Pokemon, which is very unfortunate. Grabbing the Koji though, I do think this is a misplay though. I think you would grab Kyrie because knowing that your opponent is going to play super aggressive with these rookies, Kyrie is going to help slow your opponent down turn for turn.
Back on my turn, I'm just swinging. I am leaving my Syakomon in the raising. I'm swinging, unless I Digivolve. I actually don't remember because I can't see it from that top part. But right now, super hard right here in this situation, since if now he only has 2 security, I'm going straight into a Tommy. And one thing with the list, with Cherubimon, there's not that many Cherubimon lists unless you're sideboarding that has Gazimon. So playing a Howling in this situation isn't really that bad. So I'm basically just impeding his attacks with his rookies and poking. And also, since there's no memory jokers, I can easily use it the next turn.
Purple wanting to set up now for hopefully a big Rehemon or Cherubimon play using that Call from the Darkness. Well, I can't remember the name on the Cherubimon list that I play. I prefer to run the one memory option that lets you delete one of your Digimon to unsuspend one of your purple Digimon.
Oh, Demonic Disaster.
Demonic Disaster. I prefer that one over Call from Darkness, but I definitely see the arguments for both of them as options. A quick rules tip for those who play Cherubimon. When your Rehemon dies, it says on deletion you may play a purple Tamer, I believe, from your trash without paying its memory cost. However, if this Rehemon was to die and he was to choose to grab that Koichi from his trash, he would not gain the memory because on deletion specifically states that the card needs to be in trash when all of the effects resolve for your effects to trigger. So purple in a semi-decent spot here. Only having 2 security right now, so purple is threatened. But
He also did hit into Davis, which was pretty rough since Rehemon wouldn't be able to die in that situation.
One of the biggest pains of playing against Blue Hybrid is the fact that simply swinging in security can potentially lose you the game by giving them free Tamers. And we just see a classic Blue Hybrid here, using those hybrids to close out a game uninteractable. And we're off to game 2.
I think in game 2, I think I'm starting off giving a little bit more for the Cherubimon players to have a little bit more traction. I'm building up their analogs and also other tamers that they need to put out, like Koichi.
And I think it's just a good rule of thumb with this format is you typically want to go second, unless you're a deck that wants to play super aggressive. Normally in the games, turn 1 is going to be playing tamers or playing Searcher rookies. So being able to start your turn at 3 or 4 is way better than having to start at 0 and work your way from there.
Straight into Boko. Most likely trying to find those tamers that he needs to start. Analog would be a huge bump for him.
We do see a Koichi though.
Grabbing both Riki and Koichi was pretty huge. Most Cherubimons only run. Sometimes I see only 4 Rikis, or sometimes they do Tekken 2 more at level 5s. Usually I would see Rebellimon,
which is what our friend Eric here is playing. Another card I have seen purple players tech in is Neo Devimon.
No, for sure. Neo Devimon is a menace in this format, since so many decks, like especially like every deck in the format has a tamer that they need to play. Neo Devi really not really shut them down, but making it way more expensive to play those really important tamers that you need to set up your board state and have some presence. Here, doing the normal poking, it's great. So now he has 2 rookies set up for Cherubi. I'm assuming he is gonna try to grab the Rebelli. Yep, and also it is a up to, so you don't need to grab 2, and also is it only purple Digimon specifically too?
I believe it's only purple Digimon.
Yeah. So, but also it's up to, so you don't need to grab a maximum of 2. You can also just grab 1. Just passing the turn and going straight into Kaiser Leomon.
I believe potentially overextending here against a deck like blue hybrid. However, I can see the idea of him not wanting to play rookies because blue hybrid being able to gain that value from that Sora and Joe. But raising the way they do allows them to strip away the Koichi so they don't get benefits from it anyway. And now they can't go into the Rikimon for 1.
He's going for the check. It does
Hoping
survive.
It dies insecure.
Hoping it dies. I think here he's just playing back out another tamer. Hopefully he finds some more pieces that he needs. Discarding a Bushy. And also Sword and Joe as a card is insane now in this format, since so many things are being hard played, and now it's such an important card in this format to really push some extra memory and also swings for you from your tamers.
Bottoming 2 other Sora and Joes after a Pokemon checking 2 Sora Joes and a Tommy.
Yeah, I think the idea is I like using the Tommies way more against this matchup, because I don't need to go too high up against him. This is a little bit of a misplay, because I do bounce this and just bounce it back to him, basically giving him another chance. I think he didn't add it to his hand though. Yeah, so that was a little bit of a misplay on that part. Oh, there we go. Now it's in his hand. I think I accidentally added an egg.
I noticed that.
I think I can. Okay, everyone keep in mind this. This is not my playmat. This is Jacob's playmat. So I'm used to throwing my trash on the right side. So I think I threw my baby on the right side on top of the stack, as it was.
Carson actively cheating.
Actively cheating.
Okay though. Getting our Cherubimon. Do we have a tamer to play off it? We do. So we are able to pop the Madoki Betamon. I might have bopped the Bokomon in that area, but I do also see turning off your memory is bad. So So finally hitting our Cherubimon though, being able to get that play a tamer from trash to pop, and but we sadly are going to see the Cherubimon stripped away to a shell of what it once was.
Yeah, because the combo for this one is going straight into Bayo and swinging, and then proccing the sword
Stripping
and
the source to
freeze it.
Unfortunate. That Cherubimon is frozen.
Does Bayo's skill have to activate on if there's no target? Can you still activate the Beowulfmon skill if there's no target?
Yes.
Okay, so you can still pull it, but there's no target?
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you pull it and
There
there
has
is
to
a
be.
target, you do have to
That's
activate
it,
it.
yeah.
It's it is a like up to trigger.
Yeah. So right here, Deathclaw's killing it, popping the pinata.
And here we will see just one.
Yeah, so he's just killing the Boka, but he only pops out the Lucy just to live.
Eric, of course, being on the back burner here, trying to stabilize. Of course, not having very much memory to work with here.
The rough part is, for sure, is that, okay, so he puts a card, which is pretty huge for him. But I do go to 5 because the Lucimon exists there. I do have a rookie in the raising area, so there's going to be 2 whole swings right here. I'll be freezing the Tommy, the Lucimon.
So Eric is hoping for something to delete, proccing that Kyrie to gain the memory, which is good. Now he has to hope to hit another Kyrie right here, which would be, no, it would be big for him. He would still lose. And now it is on to Carson to have a second.
And with the helping
hibernating
hand of Evan, flipping the security for everyone, and then swinging
We
with
do-
Korikaku for game.
We do see that second hybrid for game. So here is the list for the Cherubimon player. It is a list that he's been going over for quite a while now. This is probably the 3rd or 4th variation of the deck. He is a fan. We'll have to have a interview here soon, asking him about his thoughts of purple yellow Cherubimon as a whole. Transition over to Carson's list.
Yeah, so for this list, is actually not my list. This is Evan's list prior from before when he started playing Blue Hybrid. But from what we saw, he is running the basic, just Azulong and all the basic stuff that you find. There's not that many tech options. He's not running Susano. I think currently now he is running Susano, so there's most likely this list that you're seeing is all updated. But it still runs the same packages that every blue hybrid deck's gonna see. It's gonna run like the 4 Kumas, the 4 Korikakus, and the 4 Bayos, and the 4 Tommies. Like those are the main staples that you want in your blue hybrid deck to make that core piece, and then you can just flex around like the top end, the bottom end, and the mid end with like different tamers. Most likely the tamers are gonna always be the same. It's gonna be Davis, Sora, and Joe. But some people will use like the starter deck Matt just to have like a cheaper cost, and also it's kind of like a cheaper version of the Sora and Joe, so it does just give you 1 memory on the start of your turn if there's no Digivolution source on any of your opponent's Digimon, which is pretty huge. And some people will tech in like some different level 4s. Some people will do like Kendo, or they won't do just Kendo. They'll just leave the 8 as is. You'll definitely see always in every blue hybrid the Siako and the Midokimon, which is incredible cards for blue, just to choke out for memory against like most like Jack raids or blinding raids or the mirror match. And then Siakomon's just mostly good against most hybrid lists for the level 5s. So like Jet Sylphies and Rhino Kabuterimon, all that jazz, and Beowulf will not be able to do its reduced to 1. And then obviously like the Zulong is like the flex spot. Like it's really good for top end as a 1-of. If there's a wide board, it can honestly just destroy. It's mostly just like a pressure card for most players, having the pressure to just like have this potential of hitting for 5 swings. It is only a 13k, and in this list there's not that many boosts that make it over 13 or 15k. So against the yellow list, it will most likely die if it's not able to clear most of the Zoes under the security, or if Zephyrmon has already been procced the turn before. And then overall, like most of the other options that you're going to see would just be like the basic, just like Hammer Sparks, Ice Walls needed, of course, and some other tech options that we see in this format from other deck lists.
Of course, this matchup being a bad matchup for purple, because you do want to on-play a lot of stuff, and purple seems to be one of the colors that takes a bit longer to set up its tamers.
Yes.
So sadly, against a deck like blue hybrid, we just can't seem to get quite fast enough.
Yeah.
But that'll come us to the end. That'll bring us to the end of the video. If you liked it, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe to the channel.
Yes, sir.
And comment down below what videos or deck profiles you would like to see tested.
And again, this is the Boncho Boys. Thank you for coming for the video, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.
See ya.